Good evening, everyone, from San Francisco with an NBA playoff spot on the line. The Memphis Grizzlies at number 8, the Golden State Warriors at number 7. Oh, Butler stole the ball. He's got a trailer. Butler. 3-point game, minute and a half to go. It's Curry off a screen, fakes, fires, stuck it. He just stuck it. Timeout.
I get to play Robin. That's my Batman.
You can tell he's a dog and a winner and loves these type of environments.
With the 7th seed in the Western Conference up for grabs, the Warriors and Grizzlies went toe-to-toe in a dramatic showdown Tuesday night. Golden State came out on top thanks to playoff Jimmy and a clutch performance from Steph, securing a first-round matchup with the Rockets. This game, however, was about more than just buckets. It was the defenses and officiating that stole a major part of the spotlight. Here's a focused look at everything the highlights didn't show.
It's Morant. He throws it away with nice Golden State defense. Pajemski the other way. Curry will be on him as Edey tries to set the screen. Pippen will rocket inside. Lost the ball. Shot clock at 10. Knocked away by Green. And picked up by Butler with another steal by the Golden State Warriors. Bane. Oh, what a pass. Morant to Edey, who could not hammer it home. That was a great pass. Buddy Hield is in. The trailing post. It's a 3.
Post led all rookie scores from that three-point line. He is a fabulous shooter at that 7-foot frame for the Warriors.
Jackson will muscle his way in. Payton will hold the ball. Jump ball. Nice defense by Gary Payton.
Man, he's doing everything, right?
Full court pressure.
Turnover.
They get it in. There's a turnover. Hield has got the ball.
Another deflection and turnover by the Warriors. Steve Kerr trying to limit Draymond Green and Curry's minutes tonight. And it's because of the Butler effect. You can keep him on the floor because he's such a workhorse.
3 by Jackson. Rebound by Post. Butler's got the ball. Bane through traffic. Back to Kennard, who hit that 3 to beat the buzzer. And out to Vince Williams. Lost it. Another turnover. Post will get it with a whistle. 9 Memphis turnovers. Here's Edey, finds a lane, takes it in, misses at the rim. Jackson keeps it alive on the floor post. Jackson is down. Bane with the ball. Corner for Kennard. Inside he feeds. A lot of traffic. And a whistle. And a Golden State foul. Morant the other way. Head of steam to the hole with an offhand layup. Curry the rebound. Morant is down. Now getting up. Curry. Here comes Moody. Payton a screen. Curry will chase. Looney to Curry. Curry the corner. That is an incredible shot. Just an incredible shot.
But if you pull that play back, he covered the whole floor. This is talking about being in great condition. He can run all day. Yes, he looks bewildered. So are we, Mr. Curry.
Golden State, they've never won a play-in game. Morant was driving, and he was fouled by Payton. Jackson into Green. Rebound Curry. Foul Memphis. Doubled. Oh, he was in a torture chamber. And it was picked up by Green. Scottie Pippen Jr. gets it off to Morant. Into Edey. Doubled, shoved, rebound, Curry. Aldama, the fake, the drive, the bump, the call, no. And he gets it to fall. He thought maybe there should have been a foul on the play.
Either way, either a charge or a block, there was a lot of contact.
I agree. Moody will defend. Morant sizing him up. Lost it, gets it, buzzer, nice defense by Moody. Edey, Green, and Pajemski go blitzing. The pass is high. It's a Memphis turnover. Bane's got 14. Pajemski out on Bane. Edey down low. They've been trying to attack. It's a throwaway. Another turnover. This time Curry with the interception. 12 turnovers. Moody, the cutting Butler. Bane, oh, Butler stole the ball. He's got a trailer. Butler.
And Bane had to let him go with those 3 fouls.
Timeout. Memphis 29 points for Jimmy Butler. Bane a three. No. Oh, Aldama. Edie. And they control with offensive rebounding. But look at, he's doubled. He's in a straitjacket. They kick it out. Here's Morant. Shot clock is down to 3. Ja with the fake. Butler is there. Morant. There's a travel on Morant. Edie. Bane. Edie. Knocked away by Payton, who might be a foot shorter than Edie.
Golden State, #1 in defensive efficiency and #1 in steals. They have 10 tonight, and it's been on full display. Active hands. Look at the deflections. The steal here by Butler. Ellie LaFleur has had a chance to speak with Gary Payton about that pressure.
When they put a shot up, we got to crouch on the board and gang rebound and just limit them to one shot. Oh, it's going to be a battle down there. We know how they play. We know how we play. And you know what happens between both of us. So it's going to be a little scrappy and chippy, but that's what we want.
Thanks, DP.
Bane has been brilliant with 4 threes, and that one rattles out. Curry had it. Edie knocked it away. Butler retrieves, and Golden State with it. Jackson with 15. Looney is on him. Doubled by Santos. Into Edie. Doubled inside. A nest of defenders. Butler's got the ball. Bane through traffic to the hole. Puts it up, and a whistle and a foul. It's on the Grizzlies.
Offensive foul on Desmond Bane.
Off to Bane. Cuts on post. Drives into Green. Out of bounds. It is off of who? The officials will talk. It's going to be Golden State's ball. Morant will dance with Curry. Lean, bump, fire, rebound, Butler. Payton will defend the driving Bane. Edie is there, held the ball, fouled as he went up. Green is saying to challenge. They're looking at the video and back of the bench to give Steve. Yep, he says, yes, I think I want to challenge.
Oh, that might be a foul in the 6th foul on Edie. Looked like he was wrapped around Draymond Green. Here's the challenge by Steve Kerr and the Warriors. Look at the left arm of Edie as it kind of wrapped around the right arm of Draymond Green. I mean, I could easily see this being reversed as an offensive foul on Edie, which would be his 6th. But there is certainly contact by Green. Now again, the call on the floor was a foul by Draymond Green. Is there enough to overturn it?
Upon review, the jumps into his body. The defensive foul for the hit on the arm by Draymond Green will stand. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, you can see where Edie kind of clamped in. But Green will pick it up.
Just reading the lips of Draymond Green says that's crazy.
Morant driving on Moody, feeds inside to Edie. Post will defend. Rebound by Post. Rebound inside. Post gobbles it up. Back to Payton, saves the ball. Back to Morant with the steal. Ahead to Pippen around Butler. No! Butler foiled the play. Bane in the corner, 3, good! Morant bumping, grinding, firing. Rebound, clutched onto with the fight, grab by Jackson. Coming up with it, Moses Moody. Ahead, Pajemski. Shot clock at 7. Bane to Edie. The collision with Butler. The foul on Jimmy Butler.
That's a big man to be trying to take a charge on.
It's Morant, and Green will pick him up. But the pass deflected and taken by Golden State. Butler with the move. Green, Curry, 3, good! It's Curry off a screen, fakes, fires, stuck it! He just stuck it! Timeout! Bane, shoved by Green, fouled on Draymond Green.
And he's
Bane.
done.
Yes, he is. That
he's
is
done.
Number 6, and Draymond Green is gone. Butler in traffic. Throw it away! He threw it away! Pippen the other way. Oh, Pajemski, the block, and the foul.
And remember, they have no challenges. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's pretty good there by Pajemski.
Pippen at the line. Curry the move and the floater. No! Rebound Edey, torn away. Moody hits the deck. It will be the Grizzlies' ball. Boy, there was a lot going on there. The scramble.
Oh no, that's not a foul on Looney. That is not a foul on Kevon Looney, people. Oh, what a move.
It was. Morant tried to knock it away and did. The ball's out of bounds and 7.3 on the clock.
What a move. Look at the move here by Curry. He faked out 2 Grizzlies players.
Curry will be on the inbound.
He's the most dangerous guy to get it back.
And he gets it out to Morant.
5 seconds.
5-second violation. They could not inbound.
5 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Calamity.
You don't even get a look at it.
And that's not reviewable. And that's it. The Golden State Warriors will hold on to the number 7 seed and make the playoffs with a first round Game 1 invitation to Houston to take on the Rockets.
Well, Jimmy, congratulations on the win. I got to go back to 1-point game, 10 seconds. The team gets a chance to huddle up together. This is a new team for you, but what gave you that peace sitting with your teammates? What gave you that peace and that confidence knowing, like, we got this together?
That we got a hellified Batman and Steph, and we just got a group of guys that got a lot of fight, never give up, and we did what we were supposed to do finally.
I think it's safe to say that playoff Jimmy starts in the play-in now because you've proven that. But you changed the narrative of this team. I mean, what's been the most exciting and fun part to share with all these other superstars that you've admired from afar for so long?
I think more than anything, how together we are on the floor, off the floor, how everybody wants everybody to be great, and we play our roles to the T. I think that's the most important part of a championship caliber team, and we have that.
Stefan's out there, banged up thumb. He hits 3 major threes in the fourth quarter, all the clutch free throws. I mean, what's it like being his teammate and witnessing it, not as an opponent, but as a friend and a teammate?
It's real, I'm telling you. That's a Batman if I've ever seen a Batman. Always coming to save the day. You're never out of any game. And more than anything, he's just so poised. He's so calm. And he was a huge part of us getting this victory.
Thanks for the time and enjoy the days off, most importantly.
Always.
Thanks, Jimmy.